Tour European Rally Historic, a new concept of rally series dedicated to historic cars, follows the Project TER, born in 2016, is ready to start its debut season. The 2019 Tour European Rally Historic awaits the drivers and rallies parts of the sport's history, such as San Remo, Antibes, Costa Brava, and Valais, will start in the TER Historic alongside great events as Conction Omloop van Vlaanderen in Belgium, the Rias Altas in Spain. 4 events out of 6 are coincident with the Tour European Rally. The championship dedicated to modern rally cars arrived in 2019 at its 4th year. The TER 2019 Formula foresees titles for the winner of the TER Historic for cars until 1981 and the TER J1 J2 Trophy open to all cars built until 1990. Drivers from 8 countries entered the first season of TER Historic, an impressive start for a brand new series. From Germany, Heinz-Walter Schuh with a Porsche 911 SC 3.0 will fight in TER H Pre-81 category with the other 3 Porsche of Swedish Anders Johnson, Belgian Carlo Mill, and Spanish Alejandro Sasplugas, with British Tim Metcalf, Swiss Alain Roethlisberger, and Jean-Romain Curteni, Italian Dino Vicario, Dutch Eddie van den Hoorn, and Spanish Jesus Ferrario, all with Ford Escort Rs Mk2, Italian Zippo Andrea Zivian with an Audi Quattro, Italian Roberto Armerio, and Swiss Marco Minetti with Volkswagen Golf GTI, Spanish Francisco Lopez with a Ford Escort RS Mk1. The great battle is expected also the TER J1 J2 Trophy, where between the candidates to the victory, Salvatore Riolo with a Subaru Legacy, the Lancia Deltas of Gonzalo Ambit and Fabio Nassini, the Porsche of Guy Trollier, the BMW M3s of Danny Kirchhoff and Tom Van Rompuy, the Ford Sierra Cosworths of Mats Mirasel and Jose Manuel Lopez. Who will be the first TER Historic champion? The 2019 starts in Spain with the glorious Rally Moritz Costa Brava in Girona. The favorites, Anders and Ingrid Johnson, take the leadership in TER Historic immediately and close the first leg ahead of Tim Metcalf and John Connor's Escort RS and Heinz-Walter Schuh and Frank Blondier's Porsche, who lost precious time due to a penalty at a time control. In TER J1 J2 Trophy, Tom Van Rompuy and Jens Van Overschelde lead the standings after day 1 with their BMW M3. Second place for the Swedish Matt Mirasel and Esko Gentila, who with their Ford Sierra Cosworth 4x4 lead the Lancia Delta Integral of Spanish Gonzalo Ambit, co-driven by Mark Pye. Due to a mechanical failure, Swiss Guy Trollier and Sébastien Moulin are forced to retire with their Porsche. Second day, Anders and Ingrid Johnson are the fastest in all stages and take the first victory in TER Historic with their Porsche 911. Schuh overtakes Sasplugas and claims the second step of the podium, establishing a Porsche domination. Fourth place for Carlo Mill ahead of Tim Metcalf. Many surprises in TER J1 J2 Trophy. Van Rompuy, first until the 3rd stage, suffers a mechanical problem on his BMW M3 and is forced to retire. Mats Mirasel takes the trophy leadership and wins the TER Historic first round with the special J1, J2 classification. And yet another turn of events. Gonzalo Ambit has a big crash on SS6 with his Lancia Delta and leaves the second place in the trophy.
El pòdium, aquesta arribada, aquest acabament del dorsal número 9, Anders Johnsen, Ingrid Johnsen, Porsche 911, carrera 3.0, Two European Rally Starting Prize Giving Zone.
The TER Historic moves to Italy on the stages that made the history of the rally, the glorious Rally San Remo Storico. Between the protagonists in San Remo and TER Historic Pre-81, Heinz-Walter Schue and Tim Metcalf, second and fifth in Spain, and the new entries, the Italian Dino Vicario and Dutch Eddie van den Hoorn, with two fantastic Ford Escort Rs Mk2. The two Volkswagen Golf GTI of Swiss Marco Minetti and Italian Roberto Armerio, and the Audi Quattro of Zippo Andrea Zivian. In TER J1, J2 Trophy, some very interesting new entries in TER. The Subaru Legacy of Salvatore Toto Riolo, and the Lancia Delta Integral of Fabio Nassari. The rally starts with Zippo taking the leadership, and with a big fight for the second and third place between Vicario, Schue, and Minetti. At the end of day one, Zippo and Nicola Arena are the leaders ahead of Dino Vicario, co-driven by Marina Frassen and Roberto Armerio, with Enrico Piovano at his side. In TER J1, J2 Trophy, Riolo is the leader and fights for the overall victory in the rally with his Subaru Legacy.
Destra 4 in ritardo, a destra 3, chiude 2+, gira.
Second day, and nothing changes in TER Historic classification with Zippo that takes the victory with his Audi Quattro, Vicario second, and Schue third. The German, after the second place in Spain, returns on the podium and takes the head of TER Historic classification. In TER J1, J2 Trophy, Riolo hits a wall during the SS7 and leaves the rally. The same SS is the last also for the Delta of Nassari due to a mechanical problem. TER Historic crosses the border. France hosts the third round, the Rallies Antibes Côte d'Azur. Many drivers have joined the new TER Historic Series. Among the announced protagonists in French Riviera, there will be the championship leader German Heinz-Walter Schue, Italian Roberto Armerio, fourth in San Remo, Swiss Alain Roethlisberger and Marco Minetti, British Tim Metcalf, and Dutch Eddie van den Hoorn. A great piece of news is also the debut of TER J1 J2 Trophy for the Belgian Danny Kirchhoff with a BMW M3. Championship leader Schu is the fastest in all 4 stages with his Porsche of first leg and leads the race ahead of Dutch Van den Hoorn's Escort Rs Mk2 and Amerio's Golf GTI. Swiss Roethlisberger is 4th with his Escort, ahead of the twin car of Metcalf and Minetti's Golf.
5 right.
Second day and first surprise. Dutch Eddie Van den Hoorn and Theo Bandenberg abandons the rally while second in TERH. An ignition failure in their Ford is the cause. At his debut in TER Historic, Belgian Danny Kirchhoff, after a great first leg, where he was leader in TER J1 J2 trophy, is forced to leave the rally due to a mechanical problem. Another surprise changes the standings. Roberto Amerio, while second behind Schu, is forced to leave the rally.
Sinistra 5.
Schu continues to attack also in second leg, and after the second place in the first TER Historic round in Spain and the third in Italy, he takes again the podium, but this time as winner. With this result, the 76-year-old German driver takes important points, and the TER Historic title is not far. Two Ford Escort Rs Mk2 on the Rally and Tibby's podium. Alain Roethlisberger finishes second ahead of Tim Metcalf, who with his result reaches the second position in TER Historic Championship at half season.
Le Tour européen rallye historique. Voilà, on y va, bravo!
The Flanders region in Belgium welcomes the TER Historic drivers to the 60th Conction Onloop van Vlaanderen Rally, the Tour of Flanders. In Roeselare, the TER Historic leader Heinz-Walter Schu will try to get maximum points with his Porsche and expand the gap on the second in TER standings British Metcalf. In TER J1 J2 trophy, Belgian Danny Kirchhoff with a BMW M3 E30 after a retirement in Antibes will try to get maximum points and finish the event in front of the faster Opel Manta 400 of Paul Leterre. Schu is the fastest in all 4 stages of first leg and closes a wet first day ahead of Metcalf, who tries to get confidence with the difficult Belgian roads.
2 left, into 3 right, small cut.
Third in TERH after day 1, the DAF 66 Marathon of Pierre Jamin and René Bayers. In TER J1 J2 trophy, there's a big fight between the Opel Manta 400 of Leiter and Kirchhoff's BMW M3, and at the end of the first day, there's just 4 seconds between them. Heinz-Walter Schu and Frank Blondeel continue to dominate the 60th Onloop van Vlaanderen Rally in TER Historic classification. They are faster than Tim Metcalf and John Connor, also in the first stage of Leg 2. The British Ford crew pushes and tries to remain close to Schu, but in the following stage go off-road, lose 6 seconds, and abandon any chance to overtake the Porsche of the leader. At the end, Paul Leiter, co-driven by Bruno Vienne, wins the TER J1 J2 trophy in Belgium ahead of the BMW of Danny Kirchhoff and Christophe de Jong. A dramatic final in Tour of Flanders for Tim Metcalf and John Connor who, after the end of the last stage during the road section to the podium, suffer a problem that forces the British crew to abandon the rally and give to Heinz-Walter Schue and Frank Blondel mathematically the 2019 Tour European Rally Historic title.
Heinz-Walter Schue und Frank Blondel mit die Plätze auf Preis Number 1 Historiker. So.
The TER Historic moves to Spain, the Rally Rs Altas in A Coruña, 5th round of the series. With the championship already decided and Schue crowned mathematically champion, the Rally Rs Altas gives the chance to the local drivers to take points and try to enter in the top section of TER standings. Among the announced TER Historic protagonists, the 2018 Rally Rs Altas winner Jesus Ferrerio with a Ford Escort Rs Mk2 and the leaders of Spanish Historic Championship Pre-81 Francisco Lopez with an Escort Rs Mk1. In TER J1 J2 Trophy, Jose Manuel Lopez will try to fight with his Ford Sierra Cosworth for the victory in Pre-90 category, where drivers like 2019 the Spanish champion Antonio Sainz with a Subaru Legacy, Miguel Sanchez with his BMW M3, and the other Ford Sierra of Castoya will try to take the leadership in overall classification.
3, 2, 1, nos vamos. Izquierdo 5, larga 10, 40. Derecha 4, larga 10 más menos, 60.
During the whole day, the Galician roads gave to the public a fantastic fight between the two Escort of Ferrerio and Lopez in TER Historic and overall rally classification where Antonio Sainz, after a difficult start with some problems with his Subaru, takes the second place. Jose Manuel Lopez abandons the rally due to a mechanical problem on his Ford Sierra. With a fantastic race, 7 special stages 1 out of 8, Jesus Ferrerio and Javier Anido with a Ford Escort RS 2000 Mk2 win in A Coruña the 5th round of the 2019 Tour European Rally Historic, ahead of Francisco Lopez and Miguel Peña.
Una buena jornada, ya algunos abriendo la botella. ¡Enhorabuena a todos!
The Valais region awaits the TER Historic Cruise for the final round of the season, the Rally International du Valais. With Schue and Blondel already mathematically 2019 TER Historic Champion, the fight for the second place opens between the two Ford Escort RS of British Metcalfe and Swiss Alain Roethlisberger, and the double coefficient of the event could be decisive. The double coefficient in Valais gives the opportunity to Swiss Guy Trollier and Sébastien Moulin to take the J1 J2 trophy title with their Porsche 911 3.2. First short leg, and Schue is the fastest. After the German, the fight starts between Metcalfe and Roethlisberger, and the Swiss leads the British by 11 seconds.
Tapies. Into one right, 50, one left.
Jean-Romain Courtegny follows fourth with his Ford Escort RS Mk2 9 seconds behind Metcalfe. Second day, and Shu is the fastest TER historic driver in the first 4 stages of the day. But a clutch problem on his Porsche forces the champion to wave the white flag and concede the first position to Roethlisberger. A mechanical problem on his Ford Escort Rs Mk2 stops Tim Metcalf and John Connor during the special Stage 5. The British crew manages to repair the car, but lose 15 minutes and all chances to fight with Roethlisberger. In the successive stage, Gretany is also forced to retire due to a mechanical failure. Nothing changes during the third leg of Rally International Deauville in the TER J1 J2 Trophy. Swiss Guy Trillier and Sébastien Moulin win the rally and the overall season trophy with their Porsche. In TER Historic Championship, with the victory in Switzerland, Alain Roethlisberger and Sarah Junod move ahead of Tim Metcalf and John Connor in the 2019 standings.
Très content en fait d'avoir gagné le TER là pour le coup. Vraiment chouette. Non, on est content.
The first season of Tour European Rally Historic Championship crowned Heinz-Walter Schu and Frank Blondel champions. The Tour European Rally Historic awaits you in 2020 for another amazing season.